Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hey, today we're going to be installing a cold water bidet. I picked this one up off of Amazon and I'll put a link below, so if you're interested you can click that link and go check it out. So the reason I'm making this particular video is because I'm installing one for someone who lives in my home that is having a medical procedure and will benefit greatly from having it. So that's why I'm installing one. And they're becoming more and more popular, and a lot of people think that it requires a plumber to install one. Now they make different types. This particular one is a cold water bidet, and it just fits underneath your regular toilet seat. Others are a complete bidet toilet seat. You replace it all. Some are even electric that require an electrical outlet. This one does not. This is probably the most simple one, and if you've ever considered maybe trying one but you don't want to spend a lot of money, this is the type that you should try. So what I'm going to do here is just show you, and I'm going to move the camera here. I want to show you, because I've kind of limited the tools that you might need to install the bidet. So what you will possibly need, definitely a good thing to have if you don't have a lot of different tools, is get yourself an adjustable wrench. They're pretty handy and they can be adjusted to different sizes. You would also possibly need a pair of adjustable pliers. And if you don't have anything else, these two, and some toilet seats require a Phillips head screwdriver. So if you do have a set of tools, attaching the water lines are going to require, on this particular bidet, a 16 millimeter and a 19 millimeter open end wrench. You could also use that. That's why I always go back to the adjustable. A lot of people don't have metric tools, so these are pretty handy. Anyway, so let me show you what we're going to do first. So one of the very first things before you start to do anything else, that is the water shut off. You want to make sure that you shut off the water before you proceed. And all that's required here is just it's a normal, simple shut off. Just turn it till it's finger tight, and that shuts the water off to the toilet. Okay, so this is what comes with the this is the actual bidet. You have your connection hose, adapter, there's a washer, little grommet that goes right inside there, some Teflon tape. This is the piece that mounts underneath your toilet seat, and then this is the actual controls. So that's what comes with this kit. Okay, so you can see I've removed the toilet seat. Those are pretty simple. There's a little plastic bolt that is just threaded on there that holds it on. Sometimes there'll be a metal bolt that goes through the back of the toilet that you can, with a nut underneath. Usually they're plastic, and you can loosen them and remove the toilet seat. So this particular one does require you completely remove the seat and then reattach it. Now the next thing that you're going to want to see is I have turned the water off, which I showed you, and this is the toilet tank. Okay, so there's a little bit of water in the bottom of it. Now this is just mainly to keep you from just less amount of water that ends up in the floor when you disconnect the supply line underneath it. And I'm going to show you that here in a second, but I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to take that last little bit of water out of the tank. Now you can use a wet and dry vac. That works really well. And I do have one of those, but I just didn't want to bring it in and hook it up and do that. So I'm going to show you another method that you can use to remove that water without having a shop vac. Okay, so this is my handy little tool. What this is a kid's toy squirt gun, and you can pick them up at the dollar store, Walmart, any place like that. They're pretty cheap. And basically, you'll put the tip of this down in the water and suck it up just like a syringe, and then either in the bathtub or in the bowl of the toilet, you can put the water in there and get it out of the tank. So you can see, I'm just going to take some of the water out right here, and you see I'm extracting it. And if I was using and I'm using one hand to do this because the other hand's holding the camera, but you can see that it's sucking water up in there. And then, like I said, you can just put it either down the tub, down a sink, or in the toilet bowl. Okay, you're going to see I've removed the supply line from the tank, and I have attached the new T adapter there, and we're going to reconnect the water supply line to the bottom, and then the top part will attach to the bidet. It just puts in a T is all it does there. Good thing to have a little towel or something handy, because you are going to have some drips of water while you're doing this, but nothing major, and that way you just limit water on the floor. Okay, so here's the T adapter that you're going to attach to the bottom side of your tank after you've removed the supply line. It does have a flat washer, a cone washer here. Make sure the cone side's facing in and the flat side's facing up. It also comes with some Teflon tape, and you're going to use this to wrap around the threads just so you don't get any water leaks when you attach the supply lines. You want to make sure you wrap these going in the same direction as the threads. You don't have to put a ton, just a couple of wraps, and pull it off tight. Make sure nothing's blocking the access there. And you can see that's what it should look like. You're going to put it on these threads, and then you're also going to put them on the bottom threads. Same thing, going in the same direction as the threads. Couple of rounds of Teflon tape will be adequate. And this is just so that water doesn't get by once you attach the supply lines. Super easy. Anyway, it comes with the kit. And it just needs to be snug. Don't over tighten it. Just snug. Because you can go back and adjust this a little tighter if you need to, but for the most part you won't. This end of the supply line actually connects to the bidet. Okay, so once you've got your toilet seat back in place, let me show you. You can see that there, here's your mounting bracket, and it just fits right underneath the toilet seat, and the bolts just slide right through, and then you put the nuts on the back side, and that secures your toilet seat into place. Okay, so we're down to the final step. This just slides into place where the bracket is underneath the toilet slip, and you can see it locks it into place, and then on the back there's a little slide lock that locks it so it doesn't come out, and it sits on the side there. But the one thing here too, this is where the other end of the supply line is. So again, Teflon tape in the direction of the threads, couple of wraps, so that you have no water leakage there too. Okay guys, that's installed. I wanted to show you real quick. I'm gonna get down here close. Basically, you know, depending on, the one thing it tells you is to adjust this, start at the very minimum, and then you can adjust it to your comfort level. This is for your hiney, and the other parts are as for the girls up front. And basically you hit the button, it starts, and when you're done you just make sure you hit the off button so it turns it off, and it's all done. And it's been I've had it tested twice, and it gets a 2 thumbs up. So if you were considering Okay, so if you were considering a bidet, that one's probably, I think at the time of this recording, less than $30. They have some that range from, you know, 30 to 400. 400 would be like a complete seat, top of the line. But you know, if you're just considering one and you're not sure you'd like it or not, pick this one up here on Amazon. Don't spend a lot of money. Get it hooked up and test it. But so far, I've had 2 ladies say, yeah, they like it. So if they're happy, I'm happy. Hopefully this was helpful. If you have any questions, make sure you put them in the comments. I'll be glad to answer any questions you have about the video, about the install. If I can be helpful, send me a message there in the comments. That I do personally answer all the comments. So hopefully it was. If it was, make sure you give it a like. Share it with your friends and family, and until next time, stay safe.